Welcome back to the channel. So this is day 8 of our PySpark scenario based 30 days interview question and answer series. So this question was asked in capgemini interview, and this problem I have taken from the topics interview like YouTube channel. So there he has solved the same problem in SQL, but I would be solving the same problem in PySpark. So let's see the question basically. So here we have been given two data frames, the lift data frame and the lift passenger data frame, and this is the output basically. There we need lift ID and the passenger name. So if we read the problem, so before reading the problem statement, let's see the columns which are there. So in the lift, we have the lift ID and the capacity. So like for each and every lift, we have the maximum capacity, right? So that we have. And in the lift passenger, basically we have the passenger data, like the name of the passenger weight, and the lift in which that particular passenger went into, right? So let's read the problem statement. The relationship between the lift and the lift passenger data frame is that uh, is such that the multiple passenger can attempt to enter the same lift, right? Like in a lift, like at a time, multiple people go inside, right? Um, but the total weight of the passenger in the lift cannot exceed the lift capacity. So basically, it's like, so the capacity of the lift one is 300. So the people who go inside the passenger in the lift one, their summation of their weight should not be more than 300. Got it? So like this, we must have experienced sometime or the other time in our life, right? So like whenever the weight, the summation of the people who are there in the lift, their weight is more than the maximum capacity of that particular lift, then it start beeping, right? The one beeper start. So that is the indication basically the capacity is more than like capacity is more than its maximum capacity. So this is what we need to handle basically in this problem. So we need to select the people who are their weight should be less than the maximum capacity of the that particular lift. Your task is to write a SQL query that produces a comma-separated list of passengers who can accommodate in each of the lift without exceeding the lift capacity. So this is what I explained you. The passenger in the lift should be ordered by their weight in the increasing order. So it's like let's like first understand this one. So if you see here, the weights, the people who are there in the lift, their weight should be in the increasing order. So if you see here, out of all these people, others weight is less, right? So this particular passenger at the first place. Then we have Viraj, right? This particular passenger's weight is 80. So we have this. So let's do the summation basically. So if we do um, 73 plus 80 plus whose weight is less? Rahul, right? So it is 85. So if we do the summation of this, then okay, let me do like this. How does it happen? Sum of sum of this, comma this, comma this. So if you see, the summation is basically 238, right? So this like the this value is less than the maximum capacity. That means these three passengers can travel. But if we try to add this Riti basically, so her weight is 95, right? So like she cannot accommodate in this particular lift, right? So let's say if we add this also, then weight is 333. So this is more than the maximum capacity of the lift, right? Which it can carry. So this is not possible. So basically, Riti cannot like accommodate in this round. Basically, got it. So similarly, we can do for the lift 2 and lift 3 and so on and so forth. So this is what we need to write the code. So who all are the people who accommodated in that particular lift based on the maximum like capacity of that particular lift. So how to approach this problem? So by looking at the data, what I can see, like first, what I will do, I will do the in. Okay, let me copy this from the header. So I will do the inner join based on the lift ID to get the data like one after the other. Basically, in front of the lift ID, I should have the lift capacity. So if you see here for lift one, we have 300, right? So I got 300 here. So this I can get by joining these two table based on the lift ID. So once we have the lift capacity, what we can do, we can find the running sum. Why running sum? Because since we know that we need the output in the increasing order, what we can do, we can like perform the running sum basically. Um, running sum. Once we have the running sum, let's say here we have the weight as 30, 73, then we have 150, then 200, then 333, something like that. So what we can do, then we can apply the filter basically and select only the record where the weight, like the running sum weight is less than the maximum capacity, right? And then like basically we can get the data from there. We can get the passenger ID by grouping the data after that. So I think this is the approach basically. So what we will do first, we will join the data frame. Second, we will find the running sum, and then we will group the data. Grouping is on what? So this I think is pretty much easy to figure out. So basically, if you see here, we need the data on the lift ID level, right? Here we have two unique lift ID. So it's obvious that we need to group the data, like we need to group by the data on lift ID, right? So let's jump to the Databricks notebook and write the code for this one. So let me run this. Okay, so like I will provide the create statement of the data frame in the description section. You can try it by yourself also. So let me run this. Okay, so now we have both the data frame over here. Now the next what we can do, we can, okay, let me explain you the imports. So basically we need the window, right? Why? Because we would be using the window function to generate the running sum. Then we need call and then sum. Sum is basically for the running sum. And then the collect list and collect, collect list and concat WS, I will explain you later. So let's start. So we can write, I will not be writing the code in bits and pieces because this I have explained in my 1 to 7 videos. Basically there I have explained or I have wrote each and every line in a each and every piece of code in a different cells basically, but here I will write the entire transformation for this problem in the same cell. Okay, so answer equal to, okay, so here we can start. So let's join these two data frame. First data frame is this. So we can write this dot join the second data frame, that is lift here. On how we want to join? We want to join from the lift this we should get what? Lift ID. Lift ID should be equal to lift df dot ID. How we want to join? We want to join the inner join. And let me show the data over here first. We can write so and write truncate equal to false because we want to see full data. Okay, what's the error basically over here? Line number 4. Um, this joined with this. Okay, so here we should have double equal to, I think. Let me run this. Okay, so now you can see we have the lift passenger data, these three columns, and these two columns are coming from the lift table. So, but if you see here, like this lift ID and the ID, this is the redundant data, right? Thus we don't want basically. So what we can do, we can use the select and select only these columns. So what we can write? We can write passenger name, then we can write weight, and then we can write lift ID, and then we can write capacity in kg. So let me run this. Okay, now we have the data basically. Now the next step was to generate the running sum, right? So running sum, so this is a new column, right? So for new column we use with column. So what we can write, running wait, right? And here we can write the window function. So here we can write sum of column, sum of column capacity in kg. No, not capacity, weight. Plus dot we write over. So so this is, I think this you must be knowing how to write this. I have explained in my previous video. So partition by column. On which column we need to partition? On the left side, because for each and every left we need to find this data basically. And then we can write order by on column. So we need to order by on weight because we want to accommodate a person whose weight is least, right? So I think let me run this. This should be okay. Okay. So now if you see, we got the running sum basically. So here it is 33, 73. 73 plus 80 is 153. 153 plus 85 is 238, and 238 plus 95 is 333. Similarly for this data frame. So now the next thing is what we need to do. So if you see here, what we can do, basically we need uh, only the passengers whose weight is less than the capacity, right? So what we can do, we can use this condition. We can use the where or a filter where we can write this running weight should be less than capacity weight, capacity kg, right? So if you see here, like till this point, this 73 is less than 300, this is passing. 153 is less than 300, passing. Here passing. So here if you see, it is not passing, basically it is more than this. So and if you similarly, if you see here, all these four are passing basically. Why? Because the like the all the summation if we do, it is 318 and maximum capacity is 315, so it is all are passing. So all these four guys can go in the lift or accommodate in the lift, right? So yes, I think you understood this thing. So let me write the code for this one. So here the next thing we can write is, we can write filter column running weight should be less than capacity in kg. Yes, right? Let me run this. So now if you see, the fourth record of passenger like lift ID one is gone. Now we have these data. So I think now it is simple. So these are the people who can go in the lift basically in their respective lift. So the next thing is applying the group by and getting the data, like getting the passenger name by comma separate. So we can write group by on column lift ID, and then we can write the aggregate. Okay. So let me explain how we can get the data like this. Okay. So in order to get the data like this, what we need to do, we need to use first the collect list. Like here in PySpark, we have collect list and we need to pass this column. So what it will do, it will create a list of this data. So basically we will have Adarsh, Viraj and Rahul, comma separated. Similarly, Priti, Neha, Vimal and Himanshi. We will have the data like this. Okay. So on a top of it, again, what we can use concat ws, and we will give the comma, basically the separation, and we will pass this list. Then we will get the data like this, how we want over here. Basically, this list will be gone and we will get the data comma separated strings basically. So let me do this. So we can write Let me show those things also. So we can write collect list of column, collect list of basically passenger name. So let me show the result of this first. So now if you see, we have a list of all the those passengers who got accommodated in that particular lift, right? So now we don't need a list, right? So we need to use concat ws. We need comma separated data, and this should be if you see here, the name is not nice. Basically, we need passenger name, so we can write alias as this. And we can run this. So yes, I think this is what we want basically. So if you like this content, please do like, subscribe, and share the channel. And if you're new to this channel, you can check out our other playlists. Basically, we have a lot of interview related content for the data rules. So let's meet in the next problem. Until then, bye.